Okay, does that chicken look healthy to you? I mean, it's very dead, but apart from that, what do you see on its feet? That is just bad litter quality. So they're walking on wet sand, wet poo, wet litter. And why do you think that everything stays wet in a house? Not from rain, but why does everything stay wet? It's all bad air quality. The more air you have walking through a house, the more dry everything will be. So if you see that in your house on the chickens, you know that the bedding quality is bad. What else does a baby chicken need? Do you think they must be hot or cold? They must be nice and warm. Very important in baby animals is to keep them nice and warm. The same with pigs, same with chickens, same with sheep, everything. Then very important again, fresh, cold water. A very important thing we haven't spoken about yet is to provide enough water and feed. So in general we say 50 chickens per water point and 100 chickens per feeding point. And then also very important, especially when you have baby chickens, they must have food available all the time. And especially a high protein diet. That's why it's very important to stick to starter, grower and finisher and not dilute feed at all. And then always check the bedding quality. The chicken always shows you when it is uncomfortable. So always look at your animals. If they're all huddling together, that means they're cold. If they spread out, if they spread out nicely in the house and they're moving, then they're perfect. If they're all huddling together or away from each other, that means they're too hot. So always look at your animals. It's very important to keep looking. The animal will always tell you whether it is comfortable or uncomfortable. It's also very important for you as the owner of a farm to make sure that you see those animals every single day and not rely on the workers telling you that there's a problem in the house. Okay, then for the growing chicken, again, air quality is incredibly important. Without air, they're not going to grow. Especially in chickens, the most important time of their life is the first 7 days. If you make your animals comfortable within the first week of their life, they will produce a lot for you. Then again, we talk about fresh water, there must be feed always available for growing animals. And then very important is space. Enough space for a growing animal to allow it to grow. On pigs we say you must have 100 kilograms on 1 square meter. And then for the adults, it's very important that they get a high energy feed. Also very important is the amount of light you give to the adults. They must also sleep a little bit. So we say generally when animals get old, they must sleep for 8 hours. No lights on, that they can go and sleep. 8 hours. Okay, do you think these pigs are warm or cold? Yeah, they're cold. Very cold. So how do we fix this problem? We can give them bedding, but also just put a simple light up for them that gives nice warm light. That's why I say that with piglets, very important to keep them warm. And we must always make sure that those piglets have access to milk. If you have a problem of a sow not producing milk, take those piglets away and put them with the sow that is producing milk. Another good thing to do with pigs, especially with the babies, is put them all, the big piglets together on one sow and put all the small piglets together on one sow. Also, the same with chickens. If you're walking in your house and you have very small chickens and very big chickens, the big chickens eat everything, the small chickens get nothing. So very important, take the small chickens, put them with small chickens. Take the big chickens, put them with big chickens. You can feed the bigger ones less, and you feed the smaller ones more. Then a gilt. A gilt is a female pig that is just starting to produce piglets. So she's been mated for the first time. They're definitely very important that they have the right feeding, because they must start producing piglets. Then, as I said, with the feeding the sow, it's incredibly important that we must take into account that she has babies. We must feed her to feed the babies. And then the males. Do you think we want a very fat male? Okay, why not? Because he becomes lazy and just sleeps all day. But you want him to be... Yeah, you must be mating. He must be making baby pigs for you. It's the same with your husband. If you give him too much food, There's not going to be any fun. Then very, very important is what I term is what we call vaccinations, but I call it your insurance policy. Vaccinations is basically meaning that you give the chicken or the pig a small amount of a disease. That small amount of disease provides protection, and the animal builds up a protection against if a proper disease ever comes and attacks the animal. So I've listed the most important vaccinations for chickens. Newcastle disease, you'll see that it says broilers and then Newcastle disease. Newcastle disease is so bad that you will lose 5,000 chickens a day. Then infectious bronchitis is when we cough. The chicken also gets the same. It's what we call a respiratory disease. Infectious bronchitis makes that they don't lay eggs and that they don't produce well. So I'll give you some time to write everything down, but the most important one is Newcastle and infectious bronchitis. Always to vaccinate. Does everyone understand why we need to vaccinate animals? Unfortunately, it costs money. But it's going to be much less than when you lose all the animals on your farm.